HondaDASH84, back again with giving my next game review. This one's Rainbow Six Siege. This series that launched the Tom Clancy's brand had kind of fallen off the map. The last proper Rainbow Six was actually Rainbow Six Vegas 2 back in 2008, more than 7 years ago. On the surface, Siege is classically Rainbow Six. It features large multinational teams of special operators from various military organizations seeking to fight one common threat. It's a day after tomorrow setting where almost everything is somewhat recognizable but still high-tech enough to feel futuristic, with which has been Tom Clancy's brand calling card for years. But Siege casts aside the cooperative campaign foundations of its most recent print-sized predecessor for something particularly focused on online multiplayer, in an environment where just about every wall can be destroyed, just about any surface that isn't concrete can be shot through and torn down to the wall studs. Only a week or so from launch, Rainbow Six had become a game that people either love or hate with a passion. The fans love it because it's tough, skill-focused, smart, distinctive, and a thinking shooter that doesn't take all its cues from Call of Duty. The haters hate it because it's neither Rainbow Six that they remember, nor the Rainbow Six they wanted to see. While the people that hate it had some really good points, but if you join the people who love it, you'll realize that Siege might not be the faithful update, but it is a fantastic reinvention. Yes, this is a less tactical game in the sense of checking floor plans and marking points of entry, but try playing without any strategy or teamwork, and just see how far you get. And the result of all this streamlining is fierce, taunt, and suspense-packed thriller that grabs you from the moment you jump in. Rainbow Six is all about deadly skills, snap reactions, strong map strategy, and adaptability. And when one mistake can leave you dead or out of this round, you can really better pay attention next time and think about your next move. The lack of campaign, though, is a bigger blow, raising concerns that mirror those we had with Star Wars Battlefront. Siege does have longer and better, more tutorial missions that DICE's game didn't, steadily introducing you to the key game-playing concepts and unique skills that its star operatives surprisingly distinctive bunch. On the graphics front, Siege isn't the knockout beauty, but here all the love and work that had gone into the game's destructible detail, as gunfire explosions tear great chunks of wall studs and furnitures, and breach charges shatter through stone walls, combined with a renewed emphasis on breaching weapons and explosives. Siege also adds a lot of potential for unexpected outcomes and crafty strategies. Attacks could come almost every direction, and even defensive decisions can be countered. But since resources are limited, there's also a maddening but interesting potential for tricking opponents into committing somewhere where they shouldn't be. More importantly, Siege is generally exciting. Get to the bulk of the tutorial missions or situations and you can get struck right into Terrorist Hunt, arguably the most strongest co-op mode of the current generation, where 4 players taking on smart, responsive terrorists that are tight and focused and compelling. With limited health and just about one life, you have to work efficiently, move slowly but decisively, and fight as a team to make it through. But there's still scope for different tactics. The range of operatives, each with their own specific loadouts and capabilities, turns out to be a masterstroke, but not only because one opens up a slightly different style of the play, but because with time you can recognize each operative and work out how best to combine forces for that team. Terrorist Hunt is fantastic, with a powerful just one more go factor that's only amplified by the desire to unlock more operatives, then more weapon mods and customizations for each operative. This all costs a lot of renown though. The meat of Siege, however, is the competitive multiplayer mode. This is only a slightly tougher sell. Multiplayer Siege can be hard to get grips with, even more than Terrorist Hunt. It requires real teamwork, and without some kind of strategy in place, that's going to be a tough go. But when it comes together, it's about as good team versus team action gets. There's a palpable tension as players hustle to improvise or ambush or breach along plenty of breathless moments where there's just one man standing against 2 or 3 foes. You could argue that different objectives don't actually make an awful lot of sense or difference than certain weapons or operatives can do without balancing, but there's something brutal and unpredictable about Siege multiplayer that just works. Maybe it's because no wall is really safe, even the toughest can be breached by specific characters, and that your enemies can even burst through the ceiling or blast you through the floor. The trick is to stick with it. When you die for some reason. Sometimes it's better because the other player has a better advantage, sometimes it's because they're just faster and more accurate, and sometimes you were just clumsily, thoughtless, or stupid, blundering into a room without an objective or without a flashbang or a smoke. You could spend way too long time focusing on the sights or playing without using your operative's gadgets. Lose situational awareness and you're often dead. Well, expertise is a hard teacher, but eventually you'll learn. And playing through the situations in a harder difficulties will definitely help. This is just get back there. You know, multiplayer seems fairly smooth, and also players have a weird habit of leaving games just before they start, while crashes and server drops are relatively rare. Playing on Xbox One, it often seems like it takes a long wait and even tries for the games to hook up with local servers, but once you're there, connected, all works. So the verdict is, while we haven't had a vintage year for single-player campaigns, it has been one great for multiplayer shooters. Between Halo 4's Twitch gameplay and Epic Warzone, Black Ops 3's fantastic modes and enhancements, Battlefront, Star Wars, Spectacle, and Destiny's, well, everything, you'd think it'd be hard for another online shooter to make any waves. Yet, Siege deserves to. It might not be more of the heir to the Counter-Strike than proper Rainbow Six, but even along through such competition, it managed to make its leave its mark. So again, if you like this review or anything like that, please like and subscribe to my channel, and be sure to keep an eye on everything else as far as my reviews coming out soon and my walkthrough videos. I am HondaDASH 84, and I hope that you enjoy this game and stick with it.